I need to tell you something, Ryan muttered, his voice shaking as we sat on the bleachers after practice. I frowned, wiping sweat from my forehead. You look like someone died. What's going on? He avoided my eyes. It's about Emily. Chest tightened instantly at her name. Emily. The girl I'd been crushing on for years. The one whose smile made the world stop. I swallowed. What about her? Did something happen? Ryan dragged a hand through his hair, exhaling sharply. You're gonna hate me, man. Too messed up. I leaned closer. What are you talking about? I slept with her. The words detonated inside me. I froze, staring at him, waiting for him to laugh, to say it was a joke. But his eyes stayed downcast, guilt painted all over his face. You, my voice cracked. You slept with Emily? The Emily I've told you about since freshman year? The Emily I said I wanted to ask out for months? He nodded, jaw clenched. I didn't plan it. It just happened. We were hanging out. One thing led to another. Shut up. My fists balled so tight my nails dug into my palms. Don't you dare feed me that cliché garbage. I swear I didn't mean to hurt you. You knew how I felt. I shot up from the bench, pacing. You sat there listening to me every night, telling you how much I liked her, and you still went behind my back? Ryan's voice trembled. I didn't think it would mean anything. It was just what? I snapped. Just betrayal? Just ripping out my heart? Just proving that my so-called best friend is nothing but a snake? He flinched. I thought you'd eventually move on. You never even told her how you felt. I stared at him, breath-catching. So because I didn't confess, you thought she was fair game? That's your excuse? He opened his mouth, but I cut him off with a bitter laugh. God, I trusted you more than anyone, and you, my throat burned. You chose her over me. Silence stretched between us, heavy and suffocating. Ryan finally whispered, I'm sorry, man. I regret it. I swear I do. Sorry doesn't fix anything, I spat. Do you even understand what you've taken from me? Emily was the one person, my voice faltered. The one person who made me feel like maybe I was worth something. Ryan looked up then, guilt carved deep into his features. She doesn't mean that to me. It didn't mean anything. That's even worse, I hissed. You destroyed me over something meaningless. You burned years of friendship for nothing. He stood, reaching for my shoulder. Please, let's talk this out. I shoved his hand away. Don't touch me. Don't even come near me. His shoulders slumped. I never wanted this to happen. I laughed hollowly. You wanted it enough to let it happen? You wanted it enough to betray me? The memory of Emily's laugh echoed in my head, the way I used to imagine it directed at me, not him. My stomach twisted. I whispered almost to myself, Was she thinking of me when you touched her? Ryan's face tightened. Do this to yourself. No, I snapped, voice breaking. Answer me. Did she mention me? Did she even care that I existed while you two? I choked on the words. He stayed silent. That silence told me everything. I staggered back, heart pounding like a war drum. You both knew, and you both didn't care. Please, Ryan said softly, don't hate me. I stared at him, tears stinging my eyes, though I refused to let them fall. You killed whatever we had. You're dead to me, the words left. My mouth like venom, but inside, they carved me hollow. Ryan lowered his head. I'll give you space. He walked away slowly, footsteps echoing against the empty court. I stood there alone. Every memory of Emily twisting into poison. The girl I adored had been with the one person I trusted most. My heart didn't just break, it collapsed. I sank onto the bleachers, burying my face in my hands. My mind screamed questions I couldn't answer. Was I not good enough? Was I invisible? Did my feelings mean nothing? The rage boiled, but beneath it lay something worse. Shame. Shame that I'd loved her so deeply while she saw me as nothing. Shame that I'd trusted Ryan with every secret, every hope, only for him to stab me in the back. I whispered into the empty gym. Why them? Why not me? No answer came. Only the echo of betrayal ringing in my ears. And in that silence I felt something shift inside me. The boy who once dreamed of Emily's smile was gone. What remained was anger, sharp and unrelenting. I clenched my fists, teeth grinding. This isn't over. The words tasted like steel. For the first time in my life, I wasn't the one begging for love. I was the one burning with something darker, something I couldn't yet name. But one thing was certain. Emily had just written the first page of a story they'd regret, and I would be the one to finish it. Bro, you good? You haven't touched your lunch. Mark slid his tray next to mine, eyeing me cautiously. I stabbed my fork into the untouched sandwich. I'm fine. Fine. He raised a brow. You look like someone dragged you through hell. I forced a hollow laugh. Maybe they did. He studied me for a moment. This about Ryan? I heard you two haven't been talking. My stomach twisted at his name. Don't mention him. Mark leaned closer. What happened? You two were inseparable. I clenched my jaw. Nothing worth talking about. He frowned. Then why do you look like you haven't slept in a week? Because I hadn't. Every night was the same. Emily's smile flashing in my head. Ryan's voice confessing, the image of them together stabbing me like a knife. But I couldn't tell Mark. I couldn't let anyone see how broken I was. I said, drop it, I muttered. Mark sighed, leaning back. Suit yourself. But whatever it is, it's eating you alive. His words stung because they were true. When he left, whispers filled the cafeteria. I caught fragments my name, Ryan's, Emily's laugh across the room. I felt their eyes on me like they all knew. I slammed my tray shut and stormed out. Outside, Sarah caught me by the arm. Hey, are you okay? You've been so quiet lately? I'm fine, I lied again. You don't look fine. Her eyes softened. If something happened, you can tell me. I shook her off. No one can fix this. She hesitated. At least talk to someone. Bottling it up isn't healthy. I barked a bitter laugh. Talking is what got me here. She blinked. What do you mean? Forget it. I shoved my hands into my pockets and walked away, leaving her standing there. The hallways buzzed with chatter. Every laugh felt sharper. Every glance like a dagger. My paranoia whispered that they were all mocking me, all in on the secret. In class, Mr. Harris called my name. You've been staring at that blank page for 20 minutes? Is something wrong? I forced a tight smile. No, sir. Just thinking. Thinking won't get you a grade, he warned. I dropped my gaze. I'll get it done. But the truth was, I couldn't focus. My head replayed the betrayal like a broken record. Ryan's voice, Emily's touch, their betrayal twisted into a loop I couldn't escape. After class, Jason nudged me. Man, you've been a ghost. Did you and Ryan fight? I kept walking. Hey, come on, he pressed. I'm your friend. Spill. Some friend, I muttered under my breath. What? I turned sharply, eyes burning. Do me a favor and stop asking questions. Jason raised his hands. All right, chill. Just worried about you. Worried they all said that, but none of them understood. None of them knew the hole inside me. That night I sat in my room, lights off, staring at the ceiling. My stomach growled, but food tasted like ash these days. Sleep mocked me, staying just out of reach. The words slipped from my mouth before I realized I'd spoken them. Why them? Why not me? My chest ached. I grabbed my phone, thumb hovering over Emily's contact. I wanted to call, to scream, to ask her why she chose him. But my hand trembled, and I tossed the phone away. My reflection in the dark window looked hollow like a stranger. I whispered to myself, if I stay silent, they win. If I explode, I lose everything. The thought gnawed at me until another surfaced, darker, sharper. Revenge. The word felt poisonous and comforting all at once. Maybe I couldn't erase what they did. Maybe I couldn't make Emily love me or Ryan regret instantly. Something back. I could make them feel even a fraction of what I was drowning in, I whispered. They think I'm broken. They think I'll just disappear. A shaky laugh slipped out. But I'm not disappearing. Not yet. For the first time. In days, the storm inside me quieted. It's not with peace. I was sitting alone behind the gym who'd pulled low when a voice broke through my thoughts. "You're hiding again." I looked up. It was Claire Millie's best friend, always beside her, always in the background, but now standing in front of me with crossed arms. I muttered, "Go away." She tilted her head. "That's your greeting? I don't need company. Too bad." She sat down beside me before I could stop her. I sighed. "Why are you here?" "'Cause you look like hell," she said bluntly. "Everyone's been talking, and you've been walking around like a ghost." "Let him talk," I snapped. She didn't flinch. "Then tell me. What's eating you alive?" I stared at the ground. "You wouldn't understand." "Try me." Silence stretched between us. I wanted to push her away, but her steady gaze unnerved me. Finally, I muttered, "Your best friend and Ryan." Her brows knitted. "Emily and Ryan? What about them?" Laughed bitterly. "You really don't know?" Her eyes widened. "Wait, are you saying yeah?" My voice broke. "They slept together." She went quiet, too quiet. Then she whispered, "She didn't tell me that." "Figures," I muttered. "Guess loyalty doesn't mean much to either of them." Claire shook her head, anger flickering. In her eyes, she swore she wasn't interested in him. She lied. I said flatly. Claire let out a long breath. "And you liked her?" "Liked?" I scoffed. She was everything to me. Her expression softened, and she threw that away. I bit my lip, trying to hold it together. "You don't need to pity me." "I'm not pitying you," she said firmly. "I'm angry too. She used to tell me you were just a friend to her, but the way she flirted with Ryan behind everyone's back, God, I should have seen it." I blinked. "You knew something?" "Not exactly." The way she looked at him sometimes. I thought I was overthinking. She clenched her fists. "I should have said something." I shook my head. It wouldn't have mattered. I was blind. I thought she was different. Claire studied me.
Ow.
"You don't deserve this." The words hit harder than I expected. Everyone else had been whispering, avoiding me, asking shallow questions, but she looked right at me like she actually saw me. I whispered, "Why do you even care? You're her best friend." "Because she hurt you," she said simply, "and because you matter more than she realizes." For a moment, I forgot how. To breathe, I forced a laugh. "You're just saying that." "No," she said quietly. "I mean it." The silence that followed wasn't heavy like before. It was strange lighter, almost comforting. I asked softly, "Why are you being nice?" "To me?" She shrugged. "Maybe because you've always been decent to me. Everyone else just sees me as Emily's shadow, but you never treated me like that." I frowned. "I barely talked to you." "Exactly," she said with a small smile. "You didn't treat me like her accessory. You let me exist." I stared at her. That smilet wasn't dazzling like Emily's, but it was real. Honest. Something shifted inside me. Something dangerous and confusing. I muttered, "You should probably stay away from me." "People will talk." "Let them," she said, almost. Defiantly, her confidence caught me off guard. She stood, brushing dirt off her jeans. "Come on, you look like you haven't eaten in days. Walk with me. I'm not hungry." She rolled her eyes. "That's not a request, against my better judgment." I followed. As we walked, she asked, "What are you going to do?" "About what?" "About them, Ryan and Emily." My jaw tightened. "I don't know. Sometimes I want to scream it to the whole school. Sometimes I just want to disappear. And now," he pressed. I glanced at her. "Now I don't know. Maybe I want them to feel what I feel?" Her voice dropped. "Revenge?" I didn't answer. She looked at me for a long moment. "If that's what you want, be careful. Revenge changes people." I smirked faintly. "Maybe that's what I need." She shook her head. "Or maybe you just need someone who actually cares." Her words lingered as we reached the cafeteria. She gave me one last smile before slipping inside. I stood frozen, my heart pounding. Claire Emily's best friend had just given me more comfort in 1 hour than Emily had in years. A thought wormed its way into my mind, sharp and dangerous. What if the best way to break Emily wasn't to expose her? What if it was to take the One person she thought she could always count on, I whispered to myself. Her best friend's smile, that's where it starts. Why are you smiling like that? Claire asked, tilting her head as we walked out of class together. I shrugged. Maybe because you finally stopped ignoring me, she laughed. Please, I've been around for years. You've just never noticed. Her laugh caught me off guard. Wasn't forced. It wasn't sharp. It felt light. I shoved the thought down. This isn't about her. This is about Emily. So I said, forcing a smirk. Are you going to keep hanging around me? People are going to think something's up. Let them think whatever they want, she replied. Besides, you need me. I raised a brow. I need you. Yeah, she teased. You'd starve without me dragging you to lunch. I chuckled despite myself. Fair point. As we sat down in the cafeteria, whispers swirled around us. Eyes followed. Claire noticed. There. Staring, she murmured. Good, I said, leaning back. Let them watch. She narrowed her eyes. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing, I muttered quickly. But inside, I knew exactly what it meant. Emily's watching too. I caught her glance from across the room, sharp, confused, almost jealous. The sight sent a twisted satisfaction through me. Claire poked my arm. Hey, you're zoning out. Just thinking, I said. Dangerous habit, she teased again. The banter came so easily it scared me. With Emily, every word I'd rehearsed. With Claire, everything just spilled out naturally. Later that day, she walked me home. You're different when you're not shutting the world out, she said. Different how? Like you're actually alive? I smirked. Thanks, I think. She grinned. But as a compliment, don't ruin it. We stopped at my door and I hesitated. Why want to come in? Just to hang out? Her eyes searched mine. Sure, but only if you promise not to brood in silence. Inside, we sat on the couch. She scanned the room. Your place feels lonely. It is, I admitted. She looked. At me, you don't have to be. Her words sank deep, and for a moment I almost forgot why I'd invited her. Revenge, I reminded myself. This is about revenge. So, she said suddenly, why me? Why are you letting me in when you push everyone else away? The question stabbed me. I forced a smirk. She rolled her eyes, but blushed faintly. Smooth. Wasn't trying to be, I lied. We talked for hours. Jokes, stories, complaints about teachers. Her laughter filled the silence that had been suffocating me for weeks. At one point, I caught myself staring. Not because of Emily, not because of revenge, just because it felt good. You're staring? Claire said softly. I blinked. Sorry, she smiled faintly. Don't be. The warmth in her eyes almost broke me. My plan felt like it was slipping away, melting under her gaze. When she left, I shut the door and pressed my forehead against it. What the hell am I doing? Next day at school, Emily cornered me. Since when are you hanging out with Claire? She demanded. I kept my face blank, since she decided I wasn't invisible. Her jaw tightened. She's my best friend. And Ryan was mine. Shot back, her eyes flickered with guilt, but she masked it quickly. So this is payback. I leaned closer, voice low. Maybe does it hurt? She glared. Don't drag her into this. She doesn't deserve it. Shh. Neither did I snapped, then walked away, leaving her stunned. That night Claire texted. Me, you okay? You looked tense today, I typed back. Just drama. Not with you. Her reply came fast. Good. I don't want to be another problem for you. I stared at the screen, torn. She wasn't a problem. It was the only thing that made the pain bearable. But wasn't that the point? To use her? To make Emily see what she'd lost? I whispered to myself, it's just revenge. Nothing more. Yet my chest tightened, betraying me. The following weekend, Claire dragged me to a coffee shop. She shoved a cup toward me. Maybe caffeine will fix your mood swings. I chuckled. Bossy. Effective. She shot back, grinning. We talked again, hours slipping away. At one point, she leaned across the table, eyes bright. You know what? I like this version of you, the one who actually laughs. Her words hit me harder than I expected. I murmured, I didn't think I had that version left. Well, you do, she said softly. And I hope you don't lose it again. I froze, throat tight. She didn't know it, but she was breaking through walls I swore I'd keep up. And that terrified me more than Emily or Ryan ever had. When I walked her home, she stopped at her gate. Are we friends now? I smirked. Friends, that's all, she flushed. Don't push it. I laughed, but inside I wasn't laughing. I wanted more, not for revenge, not for Emily, for me. But admitting that felt dangerous. As I walked away, my thoughts screamed in conflict. Are you using her? Or am I falling for her? I didn't know the answer. Why is Emily staring like that? Claire whispered as we walked down the hall together. I followed her eyes. Emily was by the lockers, arms crossed, lips tight. Guess she's not used to me smiling without her. Claire nudged me. Sounded bitter, which maybe it was, I admitted. We moved on, but I felt Emily's glare burning into my back. At lunch, Claire and I sat together. Emily appeared moments later, tray in hand. Hey, Claire, can I talk to you? Alone, Claire frowned. If it's important, say it here. Emily hesitated, then leaned closer. I don't think you should spend so much time with him. My jaw tightened. Why not? Emily's eyes darted to me, then back to Claire. Because he's different. You don't know the whole story? Claire folded her arms. Then tell me. Emily faltered. He's using you. I laughed coldly. It's funny. That's exactly what you did to me. Her cheeks flushed. This isn't about me. Claire glanced between us. Then what is it about? Emily's voice cracked. It's about you not. Getting hurt, I leaned in. Don't pretend you care about anyone but yourself. Her mask slipped for a second, anger flashing. You think you're winning? You're just pathetic. Funny, I said calmly. I don't feel pathetic. Anymore. Claire tugged my sleeve. Let's go. As we left, I caught the tremor in Emily's hands. She wasn't as confident as she wanted everyone to believe. Later that week, Claire sighed as we sat under a tree outside. Emily keeps bringing you up. She says you're dangerous. I smirked. Dangerous how? She won't say just that I should stay away, and do you believe her? I asked. Claire studied me. No, if she has proof, she should show it. But all I see is jealousy. Word lingered in my head. Jealousy. That evening, Emily cornered me near the parking lot. You're playing with her, aren't you? I met her glare. Why do you care? She's my best friend. You didn't care about me when you betrayed me, I said sharply. Her voice dropped. Because you never mattered like this. Ill. Words stung, but I saw the flicker of regret in her eyes. She didn't mean to admit it. Then why are you so desperate now? I asked. Emily bit her lip. Because she doesn't deserve to get dragged into this. Dragged into what? My life or your lies? She didn't answer. I stepped closer. You're scared, aren't you? Scared she'd see you for who? You are? Her voice trembled. Shut up, I smiled. Your cracks are showing, Emily. She stormed off, but her shoulders hunched, her pace uneven. Never seen her like that. When I got home, Claire texted me. Emily said you're manipulating. Me. She seemed upset. I replied, Did you believe her? Her answer came quickly. No. If she's that worried, maybe she's the one hiding something. I stared at the screen, satisfied. For the first time, Emily wasn't the one holding power. The next day, whispers spread. Emily's freaking out. Someone said behind me, she told Claire to dump him. Another voice replied. Claire didn't listen. She walked away with him instead. Every rumor I overheard felt like justice. The queen who once controlled the hallways was slipping. That afternoon, Claire caught up to me. You won't believe this. Emily told me you still love her. I laughed. Did you believe that? No, Claire said firmly. Because love doesn't look like what she did to you. Her loyalty stirred something deep inside me. Emily's final attempt came at the lockers. She stepped in front of me, eyes wide. Stop this, please. Whatever you're doing, stop. Or what? I asked quietly. Her lips parted, but no words. came out, she was powerless. I leaned closer, just enough for her to hear. You thought you broke me, but now you're breaking yourself. Her face crumpled for a second before she stormed away again. I watched her go, my chest tight with a mix of triumph and unease. Her cracks are showing and I'm the one who caused them. Are you serious? Claire whispered, staring at the small, velvet box in my hand. I swallowed hard, dead serious. Her eyes darted around the cafe. This isn't funny. I'm not laughing, I said, my voice steady even as my heart pounded. Claire leaned closer. Why would you, Eve? We've only just because I need you to know, I interrupted. I choose you. Her lips parted, stunned. From across the room, I heard a sharp gasp. Emily stood frozen near the door, her tray slipping from her. Hands clattering to the floor. You've got to be kidding me, Emily spat, storming over. What the hell is this? Claire looked between us, panic flickering in her eyes. Emily, I know, Emily snapped. Don't even start. You, she hissed at me. You think this is some kind of sick revenge? I met her glare. Think whatever you want. This isn't about you anymore. Bullshit, she shouted, drawing stairs. You're using her, just like you said you would. I felt Claire tense beside me. She turned. What's she talking about, Emily? Sneered. He told me. After I dumped him, he swore he'd get back at me. And now here he is, dangling a ring in front of you. Stop, I said sharply. You don't get to twist this. Claire's eyes locked on mine. Is that true? The silence hung heavy. I forced myself to answer. At first, yes. I won't lie. But something changed. Emily laughed bitterly. Oh, how convenient. I ignored her. Claire, when I'm with you, I don't feel broken anymore. I'm not pretending. This isn't a game now. Her gaze softened, but her voice shook. The ring? I opened the box, revealing the simple silver band. It doesn't have to mean forever. Not yet. It just means I'm done living in her shadow. Emily shoved the table, rattling cups. You're insane. Claire, don't you see? He's manipulating you. Claire's voice rose for the first time. No, Emily, what I see is you panicking because you're not the center anymore. Emily's face flushed crimson. Don't lie, Claire cut in. You betrayed him. You made your choice. Why are you so desperate now? Emily's eyes glistened with fury. Because you're my best friend. And act like it, Claire snapped. The cafe buzzed. With whispers, people leaned closer, hungry for drama. I stayed focused on Claire, blocking out the noise. She stared at the ring again. If I say why everything changes, I know, I whispered. That's the point. Emily slammed her fist on the table. Say no, Claire, please. For a moment, time froze. Claire's hand hovered, trembling. Then, slowly, she picked up the ring. Gasps erupted around us. Emily staggered back, eyes wide with disbelief. You can't be serious, she whispered. You're really choosing him over me? Claire's? The voice was calm, almost sad. No, Emily, I'm choosing myself. For once, I'm not living under your control. Emily's composure cracked. You'll regret this, she choked out. Both of you. She stormed out, slamming the door so. Hard the glass rattled. The room fell silent again, all eyes on us. Claire slipped the ring onto her finger, her hand still shaking. I can't believe I just did that, she whispered. I reached across the table, taking her hand gently. Neither can I. Her eyes searched mine. Was this really about, or about her? I held her gaze. At first, it was about her. I won't deny it, but now it's about us. Claire let out a shaky laugh. You're either the most reckless man I've ever met, or the bravest. Maybe both, I said with a faint smile. She looked down at the ring, then back up. Do you even realize what you started? Everyone will be talking. Emily will never. Forgive this. I'm counting on it, I admitted. Claire squeezed my hand. Then I hope you're ready, because this isn't just a stunt anymore. This is war. Her words sent a chill through me. A war one had started, but maybe also the first step towards something real. As we stood to leave, whispers followed us, phone snapping pictures. Claire leaned close. Do you regret it? I shook my head. No, do you? Her lips curved into the faintest smile. Ask me again tomorrow. Outside, the cool air hit my face, but inside my chest burned with a dangerous mix of triumph and fear. I had just declared my choice in front of everyone. I had slipped a ring on her best friend and... Claire slammed her phone on the table. She's at it again. My stomach tightened. What now? She posted screenshots, Claire said, voice trembling. Private messages. Ones you sent months ago, back when you were still with her. I leaned forward. What did she show? Claire's eyes flicked up at me, hurt flashing. You told her you'd never love anyone the way you loved her? That was before, I said quickly. Before everything. But it still came. From you, I rubbed my temples. She knows exactly how to twist it. Claire stood, pacing. She's telling everyone you're just using me. That you propose to humiliate her? Not because you care about me? I clenched my fists. That's not true, you know that. Her voice cracked. Do I? The words hit harder than any punch. Claire, she turned away, arms crossed. I defended you today. I stood up to her. But then I see those messages, and part of me wonders if she's right. I stepped closer. Look at me. Do you think I'd go this far publicly, recklessly, if you didn't mean something real to me? Hey. Her lips trembled. She's my best friend, or she was. I've known her longer than I've known you. She's telling me you're a liar. Of course she is, I said, voice rising. Because she's losing control. She betrayed me, Claire. And now she's terrified of losing you too. She'll say anything. Claire's eyes filled with doubt. But the screenshots weren't lies. But they're not the whole story either. You know, people can change. I changed the moment I saw what she really was, and what you really are. Her shoulders slumped, torn. Why does it feel like I'm stuck in the middle of a war I never asked for? Because you are, I admitted. And I dragged you. Into it, she sat down slowly. I can't do this if everything we build is just going to be ripped apart by her. I sat beside her, lowering my voice. Then let me ask you this. Do you believe me? Right now? In this moment? Claire's silence stretched painfully long. Finally, she whispered, I want to. That's not enough, I said softly. I need more than want. Her eyes glistened. And what if I can't give it? Then she wins, I said flatly. She takes everything me, you, whatever chance we had. Claire buried her face in her hands. God, why does she have this power over me? Because she knows your weak spots, I said. She always has. But you don't have to let her keep them. Claire's voice broke. If I lose her, I lose years of my life. Memories, family dinners, secrets shared. I felt the sting of truth in her words. And if you lose me, you lose the one person who chose you after seeing her true face. She looked up sharply. It's a choice now? Her or you? Yes, I said without hesitation. Because she's already made hers. And she'll keep clawing at us until one of us breaks. Claire bit her lip, torn between loyalty and fear. What if I choose wrong? I took her hand gently. Then I'll take the fall. But at least you'll know I never lied about how. I feel... Her breath shook. She said you're only obsessed with hurting her. I shook my head. No, Claire. Obsessed with not letting her hurt me anymore. There's a difference. Claire's phone buzzed again. She glanced down and gasped. She just texted me a photo. Psst. My heart dropped. What photo? Claire's. Hands shook as she held it up. It's you drunk at that party last year. Her arm around you, you kissing her cheek. The sight made my stomach churn. That was before everything, before I knew. Claire's voice cracked. She captioned. This is the man who says he loves you. I grabbed her wrist, forcing her to look at me. And this is the man who's begging you to believe him now. Tears welled in her eyes. I don't know if I can. The words sliced through me. Then what do? I whispered. Walk away? Prove myself every second until you see I'm not him anymore? Claire's lips trembled. I don't want to walk away. But I can't shake her voice in my head. She's not in your head, Claire, I said fiercely. She's in your past, and the only way to silence her is to choose your future. The silence between us stretched, heavy with doubt and pain. Finally, Claire whispered, I need time. The 3 words felt like a blade twisting in my chest, but I nodded slowly. Then take it. Rue, don't let her steal it from us. Claire stared at the ring still on her finger, her expression unreadable. As I walked away that night, the truth weighed like chains. The past wasn't done with me. And if Claire couldn't break free from Emily's grip, neither was I. I walked into the cafe and felt the air shift. Whispers moved through the crowd, eyes flicking toward the corner table where Emily sat, her phone clenched in her hand. Claire leaned toward me. She doesn't know yet. I frowned. Know what? Her lies finally caught up. Everyone's seen the screenshots she faked, the edits, the manipulations. It's all over. Emily spotted me and shot up from her chair. You think you've won? I stayed calm. I didn't do anything. You did this to yourself. Her voice cracked. They're turning on me. My friends, my family, they think I'm a monster. Claire spoke sharply. Because you acted like one. Emily's hands trembled as she pointed at me. He ruined me. He wanted this. I shook my head. No. I just told the truth. The rest was karma. People nearby muttered. One girl whispered, she faked everything. Another voice added, she lied about him, about Claire. Emily's eyes darted, panic flashing. Don't. Listen to them. He's manipulating you all. I sighed, still lying, even now. Her chest rose and fell rapidly. You loved me once? You said I was everything. I said that before I knew who you really were, I replied, before I saw what betrayal looked like. Claire crossed her arms. No. You destroyed your own reputation, Emily. Not him. Me, you. Emily's voice broke. I was scared of losing him. Scared of losing you. Fear doesn't excuse cruelty, I said. You used love as a weapon. The cafe went silent. Her shoulders sagged under the weight of every staring eye. So that's it? You both just walk away and leave me with nothing? I hesitated, then spoke quietly. You left yourself with nothing. Emily's tears fell, streaking her face. I thought if I tore you down, I'd feel whole again. But all I feel is empty. Claire's voice softened, though steady. We were your friends. You didn't have to fight us. You chose to. Emily collapsed back into her chair, covering her face. I didn't think it would end like this. I exhaled slowly. None of us did. The murmurs grew louder around us. People shifted uncomfortably, some shaking their heads. No guy in here. The door muttered, she played us all. Emily sobbed harder. Please don't go. Don't leave me like this. I met her eyes one last time. I'm not leaving you. You left yourself when you chose lies over truth. Claire touched my arm gently. Let's go. We stepped outside, the cool air biting against my skin. For a moment, I expected triumph, victory, something sharp and sweet. But all I felt was a hollow ache easing into quiet relief. Claire studied me. You don't look happy. Not, I admitted. I thought watching her fall would feel like justice, but it doesn't. It just fade over. Claire tilted her head, and that's not enough. I stared down the street where people whispered about Emily's collapse. Closure is different from joy. She lost everything, and it doesn't make me stronger. It just frees me. Claire slipped her hand into mine. So what now? I squeezed her fingers gently. Now I stop living in the past. She already destroyed enough of me. I won't give her the rest. Claire smiled faintly. Then maybe. This is the beginning, not the end. I let out a breath I didn't realize I'd been holding. Yeah, the beginning of peace. As we walked away, the voices inside the cafe faded behind us. Emily's downfall wasn't my victory, it was my release. Revenge didn't heal me. Letting go did. For the first time in months, I felt weight lift from my shoulders. The past no longer held me. The night air felt heavy as I walked beside Claire. Street lights stretched our shadows across the pavement, long and thin. Like the distance I'd been carrying inside me, she finally spoke. You're quiet. I need to tell you something, I said, my voice low. Her eyes searched mine. Is it about Emily? In a way, I admitted, but mostly it's about me. She stopped walking. Go on. I took a shaky breath. When I slipped that ring on your finger, it wasn't pure. At first, it was revenge. A way to hurt her the way she hurt me. Claire's face tightened. So I was just a pawn? I shook my head quickly. At first, maybe, but not anymore. Somewhere along the way, I realized I wasn't pretending, wasn't playing a game. Started to feel something real. She crossed her arms, skeptical. And how do I know that's not another manipulation? Because I'm standing here admitting my ugliest truth, I said, forcing the words out. I'm telling you I used you at the start, even if it risks. Losing you now? I'd rather you hate me for honesty than love me for lies. Her silence cut deeper than anger. I pressed on. I thought revenge would fix me, but all it did was rot me from the inside, while you pulled me out of that darkness. And now, I don't know who I am without you. Claire's eyes glistened, but her voice was sharp. You think admitting it makes it better? That I should forgive you just because you finally grew a conscience? No, I whispered. I don't expect forgiveness. I just need you to know the truth. If you walk away, I'll deserve it. She exhaled slowly. You're asking me to believe that somewhere along the way you stopped using me and started loving me. Yes, I said. That's exactly what I'm saying. Lips trembled. Do you even know what love means anymore? After all that pain, after all that anger, do you trust yourself to recognize it? I hesitated, then nodded. Love is what makes me want to be better, even when I'm terrified. Love is what made me confess this to you instead of hiding it. Love is why I'd rather lose you than keep lying. Claire looked away, her hands clenched. Put me in the middle of your war. You dragged me into the crossfire. Do you know how hard that was? I know, I said quietly. I can never take that back. But I can promise you this. If you give me a chance, I'll never use you again. Not as a weapon, not as a shield. Only as my partner. Her eyes flicked back to me. If I don't give you that chance, I swallowed. Then I'll walk away. I'll carry the lesson for the rest of my life that I destroyed the best thing I ever found. Silence stretched between us, broken only by the hum of the streetlights. Finally, Claire whispered, Why me? Out of Evrio, why did your heart land here? I stepped closer, my voice raw. Because when everything was falling apart, you saw me. Not the victim, not the man obsessed with revenge. You saw me, and no one else ever did. Tears welled in her eyes. You're asking me to risk everything. To believe that the same man who tried to use me is the man who could love me? I'm not asking for blind faith, I said. I'm asking for a chance to prove it. One chance. Her voice cracked. And if I can't trust you, then let me earn it, I replied. Day by day, action by action. I don't want to erase the past, Ty. Just want to build a future that isn't poisoned by it. Claire wiped her eyes, her breathing uneven. Do you even forgive yourself? I paused, the question slicing through me. Not yet, but I'm trying. And maybe loving you is the only way I'll ever learn how. Her gaze softened, but uncertainty lingered. You're putting my heart in my own hands. Do you realize the power you're giving me? Yes, I said, because it was never mine to take. It's yours to give, or not. Claire closed her eyes, trembling. I don't know if I can say yes tonight. But I also don't want to. Say no. I felt my chest tighten. Then don't. Just hold on to the possibility. It's all I ask. She looked at me again, her voice barely above a whisper. You've changed, haven't you? I have, I said firmly. Not because revenge failed, but because you showed me something stronger. Love doesn't make me weak, it makes me human again. Her lips parted, but no words came. Finally, she reached for my hand. One chance. Don't waste it. Relief crashed through me, almost too much to hold. I won't. I swear, I won't. We stood there under the streetlight, broken pieces between us, but something new beginning to take shape. And in that moment, I knew. This choice would define me, not as a man fueled by revenge, but as one finally brave enough to choose love. Claire's hand rested in mine as we sat on the quiet park bench. The world around us moved on, kids laughing, couples walking, life continuing, but for me, everything had narrowed to this moment. She broke the silence. Do you ever think about her anymore? I shook my head slowly. Not the way I used. She's just a shadow now. A reminder of who I was when I let hate control me. Claire studied me. So you don't feel anger? No, I admitted. Pity, maybe. She's trapped in the same games that destroyed her, but me. Free. Her lips curved faintly. Free enough to love again? I met her eyes. Only if you'll let me. She hesitated. You hurt me with the truth, but you healed me with it too. I don't want promises you can't keep. I want something real, then real is all. I'll give, I said. No more masks, no more revenge. Just me, learning every day to be better. She touched my cheek lightly. And if I choose you, what does forever look like to you? I breathed in deeply. Forever isn't grand. Gestures. It's mornings where we argue over coffee, nights we collapse from exhaustion, moments we choose each other, even when it's hard. Forever is never walking away again. Tears shimmered in her eyes. You really mean it? I do, I said firmly. But if you can't believe in me, I'll understand. I'd rather walk alone with truth than together in lies. She went. Quiet, her thumb brushing across my hand. Finally, she whispered, I believe in second chances. Maybe this is ours. Relief swelled in my chest. Then we build something new. Not from betrayal, but from choice. She smiled, small but genuine. From choice. I like that. For a while we just sat there, the weight of the past falling away like leaves in the wind. I broke the silence. Do you regret any of it? She shook her head. Pain changes people. It broke you, but it also rebuilt you. Without it, you wouldn't be sitting here telling me the truth. Her words struck deep, and maybe betrayal wasn't the end. It was the lesson. She squeezed my hand. Lessons don't have to chain us, they can free us. The air felt lighter. The anger I once carried was gone, replaced by a calm. Strength I never thought I'd feel again, I whispered, almost to myself. I don't carry her anymore. I carried the lessons she left behind. Claire leaned her head on my shoulder, and now we carry each other. In that moment, I understood. Karma had done its work. The betrayer faded into regret, but I stood in the present, stronger, freer, ready to step into whatever future waited for me. Not as a man broken by betrayal, but as a man defined by love.